Hello and welcome to another episode of Journeys here on Alakazam Unlimited. Today we've actually got several things going on today. So not only do we have the journeys, but John is actually going to record something for Unlimited. So by the time this is out, it will either be on the platform or it won't, because that's how it works.
Yeah.
So do keep an eye out for it though, because anything John puts out, if you guys have followed John's work over the years, you know he puts so much detail, so much care into all of the projects that he puts out. They're always super clever, super commercial, and no doubt that whatever, I've not even seen it yet, but I'm fully confident that it's going to be really, really cool. Now, John, just like all of our other guests, doesn't know what's about to happen.
Not got a clue.
So
don't even know why I'm here.
We literally just pulled him off the street like all the other ones. It literally is normally like that.
It feels a bit like
we normally have like people that come in just to buy something and then it's like, get them next door, quickly record that. So, John,
yes.
The idea is we're going to take you on a mini journey through your career.
Okay.
So we're going to start all the way back at the bottom. So there would have been a time that you transitioned from maybe a normal job or school or college or university, and then you progressed into magic. So what was that transition like for you?
So at the time, we're probably talking about 20 years ago, I would say, when I got back into magic quite heavily. I was a jeweler at the time, because I'm a jeweler by profession. So I was doing it a bit on the side, hobbyist, and enjoying it, because learning a million tricks like you do when you're a hobbyist. And we had a local magic circle in Grimsby, which is where I'm from. It's not there anymore, but we did have at the time. And I was doing a load of stuff. And Tom Wright said to me, I've double booked myself for a gig. Can you know enough about magic, you can do it. And I was like, what? And I was like, okay. So I went and did the gig for him. And I never looked back, basically. And the way I transitioned into it is I built the business up, started doing wedding fairs, sort of did the groundwork where you sort of do all the cheap gigs, really, basically everything you can to get all the experience up, and then built the diary up until I got to the point where the diary was getting in the way, the magic was getting in the way of the proper job. At which point I'd changed jobs by then, so I was then doing a different job, still in retail though. So I had an option of magic or job, but I have a wife and a kid. So that's not easy to do. So basically from there, I then went part-time down to 2 days. So the rest of the time could be magic, did that for a couple of years, and then finally made the leap 15 years ago full-time. So if anybody's looking at doing that and they're trying to get from sort of hobbyist that's good at magic into professional, but you've got a mortgage and the day-to-day running of things, do it in stages like that. Get your diary busy so it's so much so that it's taking probably as much money as you do in your job. Go down part-time, build up that diary till you know you've got a full time's worth of wage basically coming in, and then make the leap. Don't do it early, because if you do it early, you're going to think, oh, I'll stop my job and all the money's going to come in and everyone's going to ring me all of a sudden, and they don't. So yeah, be wary of that, but do it in stages. That's the best advice I can give.
Nice. And now your job now, or your sort of business, doesn't just revolve around performance.
No.
So where in your journey did the creation of magic, but also the games and stuff like that, where did all of that come into it?
So I've always been creative ever since I was a kid. We never had a lot of money when I was a kid, so a lot of the time my dad would make my toys for me, or I would make my own toys for me. So I've always been creative on that front. And then when the magic came in, it was just a natural progression. Didn't have a lot of money, so I could build a lot of the props. If you've seen the academy, you'll know that a lot of the stuff I do is literally built by me, and it's usually very cheap and quite simple to make. If you haven't watched the academy, buy it. Because it's good, and you'll get some out of it, and you don't need a lot of money. So a lot of the time I was just making stuff and learning the ways that things make, and it went from there. And then I'd be proud of the way something looks, so I'd put a picture of it on Facebook, and then lots of people should be like, I'd like one of those. And then before you know it, you're selling stuff, and then it rolls and rolls and rolls. And then the big trick that everyone knows me for first was probably Icon, which I brought out with World Magic Store. And that was because Icon, the lottery trick, it originally was a chair test. Not many people know this, but originally it was a chair test with a Rubik's Cube. And I designed it for a show, and it was designed of how many outs could I have. And then I realized that I could have as many outs as I wanted because of the way the method works. And that's why it became a lottery trick. So the chair test got binned off and it stayed as a lottery thing. And then it's evolved from there to other things now. So I really enjoy the creative process of making one-offs and things that are unusual. So that's really where the sort of creative side comes from. So if I see something, I never think of it as what it is. I think of what could it be, which you'll be the same. You know, I think all creative people are like that.